life goals.
When was the last time you were on a flight? Because you usually drive to.
No, I've been on for the past 2 weeks. I've been on.
You've been flying,
a lot.
Oh, right? Because you went to Washington D.C. or someplace.
Well, I was in D.C. 4 weeks ago, and then I was in Maine, and then I was in. I've just been flying everywhere.
You flew. You took your flight.
And I'm a flying snob. I not flying like I fly first class or I'm executive or any of that. I cannot check bags. I have a severe panic attack when I check a bag. I pray over it. I bless it. I ask the ticket counter lady to bless it with me. It's a big ordeal.
Oh, because you're so afraid you might lose some of your clothes and shoes?
I'm so afraid I might lose it, and I just...
Well, you just check. You just carry on.
For you, it would be like putting your 4 sons into a suitcase and then hoping that they got to New York City.
Well,
that's my children in that suitcase.
Sometimes putting your kids in a checked bag isn't a bad idea. No, I'm kidding.
And here come the complaints online.
Here is American Airlines hope that you will. Probably check your bag.
Have you heard this, Susie? Because you don't check bags either. You and I are like carry-on goddesses.
Right, and I check everything because I always pack way too much. And then my bag that I check, I end up paying $100 for because it's overweight.
Listen to this new policy, Susie.
Anyway, so they're saying that if you check or you bring on a carry-on that can fit in the seat in front of you,
which means you're one personal item.
They'll let you board early. Yeah, you're one personal item, which usually the only thing that can fit under the seat is my purse. Okay, so now they're saying we're going to let you board early if you can fit everything. So it's not a problem with you because you like to carry everything on.
Well,
no, it is a problem because then all the overhead compartment. Well, no.
Okay, I'm wondering what their thinking is behind this.
I think their thinking is they want you to
check your bag
and pay them money
and pay the $50 to check your bag. So they're going to end up making more money because people will have to check their bags.
Is American charging $50 for one check bag?
Yes, 25.
Okay.
But it has to be under 50 pounds, which is bull crap.
Okay, so I wasn't aware of this. And by the way, I just rolled 2 million miles on American, so none of this applies to me.
Wow, you're like the
miles on American. Isn't that great?
That is really great. Tell me what they do for you. What perks do you get?
Well, you just get platinum status for life. That doesn't mean you get free tickets or anything, but you can upgrade, and I've always got a lot of points to upgrade if I want to.
You have to use your points to upgrade.
Yeah, but I don't really upgrade much because the first class seats are too big for me, and I just kind of sit humped down in there.
Oh my God, I love sitting in first class. I've only sat there once in my entire life, and it was the best experience of my entire life.
So, but anyway, getting back to this checking the bag thing, I don't see how that's going to win them any points at all.
But Susie, when you travel, is it funny to you? After traveling this weekend and like checking a bag, so like I had my handbag under the seat and then I have my, big suitcase above. You don't realize how impolite most people are. Like, excuse me, pardon me, like just will run you over to get out of the plane, and it's like men just letting bags just fall on. Like,
I haven't seen any of that.
I connected on my way back, and so I had to put the bag up there and get it down 6 times total throughout my 2 days of traveling, and not one man offered to be like, can I help you get that down, ma'am? Or just to go, after you. Maybe it's because I don't say thank you when they open doors.
I was just going to say that.
Karma.
Maybe it has something to do with that.
Well, we want to be powerful. We're powerful women here.
Now, screw that. I want somebody to carry my bag
literally,
for
when
me.
that ding goes off, people jump up like the first person standing up gets a prize. Like, you know what? You just get out of the door quicker.
No, that's not. A lot of people have connections to make. I mean, I don't think that's a big problem.
But I just think airports bring out the worst side of everybody.
Well, if you have that attitude, it will bring out the worst.
Well, I'm just saying. Airports to me, I think have become just such a cranky, irritated, UGG-infested sweatpant. I just rolled out of bed place.
I cannot say enough good things about what people in airports do and how they're trying to all get through. And we know the game. If you're a traveler, you know the game. You just go with it. You just go with it. Because you're not going to change it. And right now, when you consider all the millions of people that are transported on airlines with baggage, with all
phenomenal
of that,
that they can
it is phenomenal that there are not more things that are going wrong.
But just don't sit me next to the person that takes their shoes off.
Well, oh God, Courtney.
Have you ever been sitting next to somebody that takes their shoes off?
Yes, I've been the person that took the shoes off because my hammer toe was hurting. What's
well,
next?
but you're not but the smelly person that sits next
I
to you and
could
takes their
be the
shoes off,
smelly person.
or they're laying on you like this, and they're going.
Y'all, when I sat down at my,
Breathing
this was
on you.
actually really sad. So I always just am like, hi, how are you? Like when the person sits down next to me, and I was actually already asleep when the person sat down next to me on my flight back, and so there was a guy on the other side of him. So I was at the window, and then there's a guy in the middle, and then the guy here, and so I'm already like knocked out against the window asleep, and so I'm hearing this, and the guy asks him like, hey, how's your day going? He's like, oh, I'm actually headed to my best friend's funeral. He just committed suicide. And they then talked the entire plane ride about like suicide and mental health, and it was like kind of, I then couldn't fall asleep because I felt bad, but it got me thinking, like, people on planes, like, you never know where they're going or why they're going there.
Everyone's
like,
got a story.
Everyone's got an issue. So
That's
like
kind of
I'm
interesting.
And you
pissed
will
off
tell
because nobody's helping me get my suitcase down, and I'm pissed, and everyone's pissed off because they're not getting their connections and they're going places and they're not getting there fast enough. And then you think, wow, people might really be going through things that are really heartbreaking, and they're headed somewhere that they don't want to be headed. And so it just kind of it reminded me to be like, let's just all smile and be kind and polite in airports, because you never know what people are going through.
And also, when you're on an airplane, you're more likely to tell your story or what's going on in your life with a stranger.
I
than
totally
you are.
agree.
So,
What's the most bizarre story you've ever heard somebody tell you? Can you think of anything?
No, not really. I mean, not bizarre, you know.
I've
There
met
was
some
a little
really
man.
interesting
There was a
people.
man that was very heavy and had a little bitty short
Oh, you
arms.
told
I
me
told
this,
it about
yeah.
that. I never will forget that man.
Yeah.
I'll never. I'm so glad that I met that man, because it's just
He changed your perception.
I had thought one way, and he totally changed my perception.
Yeah.
I love when things like that happen.
All was required of me was to ask about him. And if you ask about them, then that helps you change, because
You know what?
you get a better
That is so
understanding.
true. I'll tell it. We need to go to a break, but when we come back, I'll share a story that happened to me in an airport, and it changed my life forever.
Oh,
it
I
changed
want to
my
hear that.
perception
That's
forever.
great.
It's just like that one. Yeah,
That's
we'll do that
great.
after the break.
Yeah, don't go away.